Saggies, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. I had to move because there was festivities occurring around me. I'm going to go back and check it out after I'm done. But I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day. Saggies, you guys have the Desert, Kairos, the Kiss, Eros, and the Sustainer. Saggies, what's good? I don't know, because I feel like you've been watching something. I just feel like watching this, like if you see, I could just feel like the, I don't know what, A Beautiful Mind or Sixth Sense. And it's like, like the twist at the end where you're like, oh my God, like what? Fight Club, like the first time you saw any of those movies and you were just like, I don't know, if you called it whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. But I feel like this idea of like watching this scenario play out, this, I don't know, something that like you just can't make sense of it, because the desert is just kind of like this illusion, this mirage, and I feel like maybe like for some of you, if it's a relationship and it's like every time you go for this relationship, it just feels like it's not even there, like it's not even real. Like if you're wanting to, like for some of you, I feel like if it's a community and you're like, every time I reach out to touch this community, it feels so not real. And I can't and I keep watching, trying to figure out like what's not connecting here for me. Like where is the disconnect? And for a lot of my Saggies, I really do feel like this is a relationship, because, and I know one of my Saggies and she's like calling it in. So, I feel like you've got Eros, the Kiss, the Sustainer, this, whatever, if it is a relationship where you just feel like every time you go for it, it's not real, or any of the past relationships that you've been in and you're just like, just never really seems to like pan out. I feel like you're coming into something that you can actually sustain, because there's a level of intimacy and sincerity and authenticity and, you know what I mean? And like romance and passion. And it's like, instead of seeking to create those things come naturally, right? And it's like, you don't have to manufacture experience when experience just occurs. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you go, I don't know, like one of my best friends, like our favorite thing in the world to do for the better part of a decade was just, like we'd eat a cookie and we'd go for a hike and we'd play in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, it just like, it's so simple, but when you're poor and you're young and you're just like, what do we do? Like you dive into your imagination like you did when you were kids, right? It's just kind of this, I feel like it's something that's so natural, it's not forced. It's not like we have to, I'm just like in the dating world in my mind right now, but I feel like, like you have your standard dates, like your standard first dates. And those are fun, but like they don't feel the same as when you're off playing in the woods with your best friend. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like this idea of like trying to manufacture a relationship versus just being in a relationship that feels so natural. I love that, Saggies. I hope this resonates for y'all. I think that if it's not a relationship and it's a job, then you're like, you feel like you actually enjoy going into this job. You feel like you actually enjoy working with the people you're working with. If it's a project and you're like, I'm falling in love with what I'm doing and I'm really, really happy doing it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, but it feels to whatever your equivalent would be for playing in the woods with your best friend. I don't know. Listen. Tis which tis. the Nine of Pentacles, and the Emperor, the Temperance, Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Well, I feel like it's time to just move forward with a sense of authenticity. That's been solid in these reads. I guess that makes sense. But it's like, you know, it's time to I think step away from the illusion of like this is what it's supposed to be, and allow for there to, I mean, you have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's just this like allow for there to be like a freedom in this. I don't know if you guys are asking somebody out on a date. I don't know, but I just feel like I just want to say, like, don't concern yourself with like some way that it has to be, you know, like just allow for it to naturally occur, like play with life. Be playful, you know what I mean? Like, be imaginative, be creative, be like your authentic adventurous self, and don't feel like you have to show up, you know, doing anything else, because it's time for you to pull yourself up out of this ick that you've been in, and step into the balance of you, because you are playful. You are, you know, I don't know, like, it's funny, my oldest son is a Taurus sun, but he's a Sag rising, and obviously having me as a mother, all we ever did was go on hikes and go to parks and everything. He, like, no matter where we went, he always made a friend, like always. And, you know, Josiah, my sweet little shadow, would just hide behind me, but not Alexander. He was just off running around making friends. And I feel like Saggies, like, I feel like you turn your light down when you're around this person and you get really nervous, and then you want to like step into this idea of like, well, this is okay, like a manufactured way that I can do it. And I feel like whatever this person likes about you, because I get the feeling that they like you. I don't, like, you've got Eros and the kiss, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like there's anything about you that this person doesn't like. I just feel like they wish that you would show up authentically. You know what I mean? It's like, I like almost like I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick because I got the manufactured, this is what it's supposed to be like. Well, you know, you can go run and play in the woods with everybody else. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like stop trying to show up as somebody different and just show up as you, your playful, adventurous self. Yes. Okay, Sagittarius. It's really, really pretty out today. I'm very excited for it. Okay. We have the King of Cups, Shadow Dance, the Two of Cups, the Emperor again, the Hierophant, and Life Renewed. I mean, I love this. Well, again, you know, this Two of Cups is this relationship that just seems to be out of your reach. You know what I mean? That you've just been like, I just feel like waiting for your chance, waiting for the opportunity, you know? I almost feel like watching as other people, you know, like I feel like you like this person so much that you're like, well, I'm just gonna wait and see how things play out with other people. You know what I mean? So I can understand the process, because this is an idea of like watching and wanting, you know, like I think like coveting your neighbor basically. But I kind of feel like this idea of like, but like studying it, it's almost like and like rather than coveting, it's almost this sense of like, I don't know, it feels very competitive. Like I'm gonna watch how you fuck up, because I'm so in this that I'm ready to ensure that I don't like I don't get caught in any of the traps along the way, you know? Because again, it's just this like I'm acquiring knowledge, I'm acquiring, you know, everything that I need to have in order to get what it is that I want. Because I want this opportunity. You know, I mean, I love that. This is very different from your last read. I'm glad, because I don't like for you guys to be sad. All right. Saggies. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. I mean, Knight of Swords. I mean, you guys are just, whatever it is, I feel like you're doing it. You're like, okay, I'm going to take this message. I'm going to go forth with this, you know, this offer, and I'm going to share, you know what I mean? You've got honesty. You've got, I think, like emotional investment. I think that even a little bit of financial investment. You know what I mean? I feel like you're like, okay, I've watched, and I feel like there was a part of you that, like, maybe you got friend zoned, and you were like, why am I friend zoned when all of these other people aren't friend zoned? And accepting it for what it is, because when you really like somebody, like, to go back to the idea of like playing with your best friend in the woods, you want them in your life because you want them in your life, and you'll accept them in your life no matter which way they show up. You know what I mean? Because that's how important they are to you. But I think when we encounter people who are sincerely that important to us, that we keep in our lives, because, like, when you love somebody, you love them, and they're in your life no matter what. You know what I mean? And I feel like you love this person in a way where you're like, you're in my life no matter what. But, like, I know, I almost feel like this, like, what is it? Just Friends, Ryan Reynolds and some blonde chick. You know, but like, they're best friends, and then, you know, like, they separate, and yet there's still so much like of an influence of who that person was to them, and coming back together again, and like having to really confess, like, this is who you are to me, and, you know, like, this is why I like I've paid attention to all of these things, and, you know, like, and I don't want to, you know, approach this in a standard like dating way, right? Because if they're your friend and they talk to you about their dating and all of these other things, and you listen, and you're like, okay, yeah, that doesn't work for this person because of this, does it? And that makes sense, and that's one more reason that you like them that much more. You know what I mean? Like, that's what that feels like. And I think that you're gonna just like express that. I feel like you're coming forward with that offer. You know, like, you don't want to be, you know, like the guy in the closet. I don't know, is that song? I can't remember how it goes at all. But he's hiding in the closet, creeping. But anyways, Saggies, I think this is wonderful and fantastic. Let's do one last card for y'all. We'll call it a read. The Bridge. Aries got this too. I feel like you're moving forward, right? You're taking this offer. You're acknowledging all of the reasons that you've held this relationship so dear to you. And if this doesn't resonate with you, I'm sorry. It's just what's coming through right now. You know, obviously these are general reads, but take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope that it does resonate with you. I feel like a sense of relief that's accompanied with this read. You know what I mean? Like, oh, finally, like, just say it already, right? All right, Saggies. Well, I love y'all so much. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this does resonate, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.